Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Mortal Realms. Okay, so this week we're up to issue number 19, okay? And most of you, including myself, will be pleased to know we have now got a couple more new models. Okay, so this is what the issue looks like, folks. Okay, there we go. And here is our sprue. And as we can see, there's going to be 3 models on there. So what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to go away, I'm going to go up top, have a quick look through the magazine with you, go away, build the models, come back, showcase, and that'll be another one put to bed. So folks, issue 19, Mortal Realms. Okay, so as always, we see 7.99, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Mortal Realms. We see our cover stars on the front there, and then we go down to our 3 bullet points, which are 3 new Nighthaunt heroes, painting Nighthaunt, add command abilities to your games. Okay, so getting straight in and right onto the contents page. Knight of Shrouds, these are the champions on our collectible part. Spectral generals of the undead, the Knights of the Shroud, lead the Nighthaunt processions to war against their most hated enemy, the living. Okay, so it looks like that's going to introduce our command model. Guardians of Souls, it says learn about the Guardians of Souls, evil spellcasters who have been cursed to serve Nagash in death, summoning spirits for his armies. Spirit Torments, cruel jailers tasked with capturing and imprisoning the souls of Nagash's greatest enemies. Nighthaunt heroes, a simple step-by-step guide to assembling the models, okay, which are going to be the Knight of Shrouds, who's the commander, the Spirit Torment, and a Guardian of Souls. Nighthaunt heroes, which is our paint guide, and Toil and Torment, which is our playthrough. It says, in this playthrough, we explore the hero phase in more detail, adding command abilities for your heroes to use in games. So this is obviously a very Nighthaunt heavy issue, which is never a problem because I know there's an awful lot of you guys out there who do love the Spectral Army. Okay, so let's move along and have a look then, guys. So here we have the Champions 4 Section B for any of those following along on the binder, and it just introduces us to the Knight of Shrouds. Okay, what this bad boy is, what he does, and what his role is. Okay, Chapter 2, Leaders of the Dead. So already we've got into that absolutely lovely art, and it continues overleaf with some more really brilliant images there. And it basically just tells us all about this guy, the Sword of Stolen Hours, which is obviously his main weapon, and his ethereal steed. So these guys come riding on horses. With them being generals, you want to be able to move them around the battlefield and stuff, get them where they're needed to buff, improve the chances of your smaller core units and stuff like that. Okay, and then his compatriot, the Guardian of Souls. So we meet this guy, and this is Champions Section B, Part 5, again, for those with the binders. And again, it just goes over and tells us all about the infamous Guardian of Souls. Obviously now he's going to be a magic user, so we see necromancers coming in. The Mortality Glass. A Mortality Glass is a magical hourglass filled with grave sand. It allows the Guardian of Souls to slow time, making their enemies feel as if they are trapped in a nightmare. So you can see this guy has got a couple of tasty little powers there. Okay, the Nightmare Lantern, and just says there, come spirits, rise from your cold slumber and wreak bloody vengeance upon the living. Okay, and then we go into Spirit Torments. Okay, immortal and cruel, the Spirit Torments and chain gasks capture, imprison and torture the souls of those who have broken Nagash's laws. And again, just look at that, guys. I mean, really, you know what I mean? Games Workshop, their artists are just, they're off the chart, aren't they? And then we go on to chain gasks, and it tells us all about captured soul energy, and gives us a little bit of a showcase there to how some of these painted models look. Okay, moving on to the how to build section. Nothing here, guys. You know, those who've been here even for like one issue know the score with these. Just a simple guide. These are clipped together models, a little bit of a glue and clipper safety. You never be too careful, guys. And again, that continues over the way there, showing us how to assemble our models. And then we go on to how to paint the Nighthaunt heroes. Okay, so it tells us that we're going to need Corax White, Nelac Oxide, Cantor Blue, Abaddon Black, Dryad Bark and Lead Belcher. Okay, tells us to gather our models, and then just goes through the procedure. I'm not going to even, go through it, guys. It's the exact same as like what we know: base coats, undercoats, inking, dry brushing. I do apologise to those folks who are here for the first time, but literally every single issue will go over the same thing, guys. Okay, and it's just showing us there. Gather your other Night Haunt models. So they're basically telling us to just basically touch up using the new paint from last week, the Dryad Bark. Okay, shows the same trick on our Tomb Banshees, Harridans, the Briar Queen, and the Chain Rasps. A little bit on the Banshees and the Dreadblade Harrows. Okay. Yeah. Okay, goes over, shows us what the finished models should look like up to now. And, they're starting to come together, aren't they? Okay, and our playthrough. Toil and Torment. It says taking command, so it tells us a little bit about command models, and we can see here it's going to be a Knight Questor and some Sequitors, and they're going to go up against a Spirit Torment, Chain Rasp Horde, and we can see the lovely scenery that we've had recently there to set the battlefield. Usual one, the War Scrolls. These are basically the instruction cards for our characters, as you all know by now, folks, and they're virtually complete. So we go Spirit Torment, Knight Questor, Guardian of Souls, and then we have our reference sheet, which this week includes a hero sequence as well, and it's going to go in and tell us all about that. Basically, your hero sequence is like your first turn. You get your generals about the field where they need, add their buffs, do what you're doing, and use any magic, stuff like that. And then you go into moving like your other folks. Okay, so just goes along there, tells us about our turns, turn order, etc. Stormcast turn, Night Haunt turn. You know the score by now, folks. Okay, there we go. And just gives us, it just basically goes over hero phase, movement phase, shooting phase, charge phase, combat phase, and the battle shock, which we done, I think, was it last week or the week before? Basically the morale stage. Okay, and then our second to last page is our promo that we had last week from issue 21, Enter the Realm of Life, and it's given us a nice little tease there with a new battlefield and some new scenery and stuff, okay, which looks really, really good. And yeah, I'm going to get caught out one time with this because I keep on flicking over quickly because I don't want to show you what's coming for the next 2 weeks. Keep a little bit of suspense, okay? So, coming to the Mortal Realms, issue 20, the Lord Arcanum arrives. Learn about the heroes of the Sacrosanct Chamber. Okay, so it looks like this week is going to be the Night Haunt heroes. Next week is going to be the Stormcast, just to even things up. Alright guys, I'm going to go away, build these 3 lovely models, come back, do a showcase. Okay? Hi folks, welcome back. So let me be extremely brutally honest here before starting the showcase. This sprue was an absolute, please pardon the pun, nightmare to put together. It really was. I've been modelling for 20 years now, 20 plus. I've put all kinds of things together, tanks, battlefields, everything. And this sprue is just really, really awkward. I just want to put that out there for you, okay? The Night Haunts are amazing models, but they can be extremely tricky. Okay, so let me show you this guy and show you the point I make. So already you can see like the lovely detail in him with the keys, and he's got his little lock, padlock here. Okay, I'm going to spin him round, and already he doesn't go together perfectly, but there are tricks around that, as we all know. And we can see the ethereal trail behind him. Now here's my 2 problems with this model. Okay, look at this. This is how he's attached. That's it. So you've got this little piece up here. You catch that the wrong way, that model snapped, and I'm telling you now, a break like that, you're not repairing it. So, beautiful model, but, and the other point is here, the hand. The chain, basically, it snapped as I took it off the sprue. So what I've done, I've been a little bit creative, because we've already got 1 padlock on him there. What I've done is I've glued the second padlock onto the base, and when that's flocked, I'm going to do like a little bit of rust effect on that to make it really stand out and make it look like he's actually dropped it. But yeah, just please beware that, folks. Beautiful model, pig to build. Okay, and then we have the second one, which this one went together easier, to be honest, because he's only 2 pieces, tell a lie, 3 pieces. There was his face there, his helmet, and the 2 sides of his body. the detail on the bottom with the little fencing and stuff and the railings, that's great because that attaches, the whole piece is actually the base, you know, where you stick it down. So again, looking at this guy, giving him a little spin, you see he's got the ghostly robes with a sword, and he's got a lovely big lantern, which that'll paint up really, really well. If you look at the trails off it here, a little bit of dry brushing on that, a little bit of, like, you know, I don't know, maybe like a ghostly blue, little dry brush of white, chuck an ink on top of that, and you're really going to pick those trails up. It's going to look absolutely lovely. Okay, so there's the second model, and the third and final one is the Knight of Shrouds himself on horseback. Okay, so I'm going to try my very best to put this in shot for you so you can see the full details. So we look at him here, we see his helmet there with like the Valkyrie kind of wings or horns off the back. He's got a great big sword, very, very similar to the Witch King of Angmar. We see his steed there with the little horns and obviously the skull. And if you look down at the body there, you can see the ribs showing through, and again all the ethereal trails. Spinning this boy round to the other side. Again, same type of stuff, the details in the ribs, and we see the cloak and stuff, the arm raised in that traditional sort of charging position. Okay guys, so I've got to admit, like I say, I didn't enjoy putting this kit together. It's absolutely beautiful, you know, the models are lovely, but please beware of that. Just be so careful, and like I think I said the other week on a video, find your point where you're going to clip it, and clip it quickly. You know what I mean? Don't faff around, because honestly you will take a piece off. Going back to that model before with the padlock, where that chain was, there's no way I'm fixing that. Not securely anyway, so as I say, you just got to improvise. I say I don't want to end the video on a downer, guys. I say beautiful kit, just really, really awkward and tricky. Okay folks, so I hope that you really enjoyed this one, and we're nearly up to, next week will be issue 20, and we're nearly done. Well, not nearly done, but we're sort of quarter of the way through the subscription. For any of you folks interested, I think it's scheduled through till the end of 2021. So really glad you're all enjoying it. Leave me a comment below, tell me what you think of the models. Have you had any experience with them? Have you got any tips or tricks you could maybe pass to me on constructing the models? Because as I say, they are very, very you know, nimble. Okay folks, well there we go. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll catch you all next week for issue 20.